Welcome to all of you. So this is my introduction. You saw just the sunset, which is happening right now. I'm gonna go back to it after I talked about the things that I would like to talk for this lunar eclipse in Capricorn. A lunar eclipse is when the sun moves in front of the moon and covers it and highlights the moon. Where the moon is in right now is in Capricorn and the sun is in Cancer. So these two are opposite each other, right? Of all the zodiac signs, Capricorn and Cancer are facing each other. And Cancer, as we saw, is the chariot, is the success, is the third eye, is going forward, is being focused, and is being driven, right, by this celestial connection from within, from a higher purpose. Now, Capricorn is the devil card, and a lot of people really have difficulty with the devil card, and particularly a Capricorn always, when I show them the card, they look at it and they're just like, no, that's not me, that's no thank you, you know what I mean? So it's like they're really not into it, and I think they're right. You know, I think that Capricorn here in this deck, it's a little more approachable, right? This sexy guy, and he hands you his support, but when he hands you the support, he will enslave you, right? So he has this like way about him, right? Here I am, I give you my help, but then you're my slave. I can do whatever I want with you. Now, looking at this card, right? So as you can see, there's a couple being attached to the devil, and the devil is the keeper of all taboos, and as you can see, he holds in his right hand the fire, the spark, that creative sexual energy, which is the tail of the male is generated, right? It's like he's like sexual because of that, right? She, on the other hand, has the fruit as a tail, the seed, that the two, the fire, the sexual energy, comes together with this energy of here in her tail. Now, when you look really close, they're not attached to a point where they couldn't get free. So they're in a way free to untouch and to get out of this connection, right? And as you can see, he also has wings, and he has the ram horns, which is usually Aries, that initiate, that starting of the spring, where then when Capricorn, they have their sexual intercourse in Aries, the babies are then being born. Now, if you can see here above his head, he has the pentagon, right? The 5-pointed star, penta is 5, above his head, but pointing downwards, meaning it's turned upside down, right? So this is a sign for us to know that he is working with this third eye energy, not in the most positive way. Okay, so a lot of symbolism going on here in this card. If you look at this new version of the devil, you can see his chest. He has here clearly the pentagon in 6-pointed, right, star, and he actually letting you know that he actually brings a union together here in this newer version. So this is what I want to let you know, is that the devil is only appearing when the dualities are off balance, which is what's happening right now. Everything is off balance, right? So Capricorn is about structures, Capricorn is about organizations, Capricorn is about leadership, it's about individuality, it's about relating, it's about coming into this understanding that we cannot live just exclusively on one side of these two sides. And so here I have painted the Capricorn in a yoga position, and it is the dancer pose. In the night and in the day, we have to find this dance or this game, right, that we are playing every inhale and every exhale. We have to understand that this balance is deep within us, right? And when we touch it, we touch the light and the dark within us. We understand that we have two sides. Now, the card isn't finished yet, right? It's very difficult for me to paint this card, I have to admit. All the other cards flow out of me, and I was really able to totally go for it, right? Now I have another one which is more like this, right? Less of this checkboard, like a, you know, sign. So still, right, we have these two opposite energies pointing at each other, touching each other, and finding this inner light beyond these two dualities that are constantly working on us, right? So what is happening, what we really need to understand in this whole lunar eclipse is that we are now moving to a place of becoming our own leader. Capricorn is someone that is actually leading, someone that is actually in a structure, in, let's say, organization, right? So organizations, of course, that are for the greater good for all of us. And we are here to learn that our consciousness is bringing this awareness, is bringing this union to these two opposites. One is home and one is work, right? Work, home balance, like how we all have been working from home, how we all have created now from home Zoom meetings, and not all jobs can be done from home, right? But a lot of them, and now we have to find the balance between each of them, right? So this is bringing a clear leadership into the world, right? Is asking for us to realize, I am the leader of my zodiac sign. I am finding the inhale and the exhale and the centeredness in that, right? And that's really all there is that we want to bring to this lunar eclipse, where the sun moves in front of the moon, and the sun is in Cancer, highlighting this emotional, more loving and caring energy, this healing energy, to an energy that's quite more negative and dark. But it's not really negative and dark. It's not chaining you to nothing unless you allow it, right? It's just, again, this dance between these dualities, this dance between constantly inhale and exhale, dark and light. That's all there is. That's what really the devil is. And of course the devil is the Greek god Pan, and pandemic or panic comes from that word. And Greek god Pan was the player, was the seducer, because that's when we had our sexual intercourse to then in spring give birth to the next generation. So for me, the Capricorn is definitely more this Greek mythology of the goat and the human, right? This wild side. He was the wild, he was the god of the wild, the god of the nymphs and the sheeps, and like just the wild nature, right? And so really we come to an awareness, to a new awareness that we would like to bring into the foreground right now, right? Highlighting that, highlighting a healing to the Capricorn energy, to the structures, through corporations that have been putting a CEO in front, so it's not a face anymore, it's just an organization that we have almost no chance to fight, right? And I think what is going to happen right now is that we are having more and more real leadership by small businesses, startups, again, where there is a face, there is a human, their consciousness leading this kind of business, right? And it will change everything, how so far we have actually lived and made money so far. So money will change. The way we make money will change, right? And then how we implement it. We vote with our money. Every moment when I spend $1, when I spend €1, when I spend a yen, whatever you're spending, you at that moment spending it on another human being. You're spending it on a group of people who are either devoting their energy to the earth to do it in a good way, or just totally don't give a damn about the earth and just exploiting it. So you vote with your money. And that's where we are, where the highlight is coming in through the sun, right? Looking at what we have done wrong and now what we can do fresh and new, right? Entrepreneurship. So now it comes your personal reading. I hope they highlight to you exactly what you need to be doing, and I thank you again for listening. Namaste. So I'm going to turn the camera again. Welcome, Aquarius. Age of Aquarius. We're gonna have lunar eclipse on the 4th and the 5th, right? So this is your reading for that day where Capricorn is in the moon sign and the sun is gonna move in front of the moon and highlight into Capricorn, into structure, into all the work, into all of the organizations that have been exploiting and actually doing things that are not very good for us, because the Capricorn card in the tarot is the devil. Now the devil, everybody's kind of like, looking at it like this is just part of the good and the bad and the dark side, right? And I see it a little different. So for me, first of all, there is no devil. There is just like an imbalance. And when there's an imbalance, it shows that the side that's in balance is not doing enough for those who are in imbalance, right? And so for me, the devil card is actually coming more from the god Pan, the Greek god Pan, and that's where pandemic comes from, right? So there's an imbalance going on, and this full moon or lunar eclipse right now, where the sun in Cancer is moving in front of the moon in Capricorn, is highlighting something, is saying, have a look at your leadership, have a look at what you have done with your corporations, with your structures, with your money, with your finances. Have a look at it, because it's not working. There needs to be healing happening, and the healing is always emotional, is feeling, is love, right? So I created, of course, a yoga card, or like a devil card for the tarot, and I used the dancer pose, the Lord of the Dance, right? So now here I have a dark and a light side inside of me touching each other on a background of like a game between all the time the light and the dark, and the dark and the light, and the light and the dark. It's a dance, right? So the inhale and the exhale, the coming and the going, the male and the female is constantly in this game or in this dance. And so for me, the dancer, the card is not finished. I'm still working on it, but this is a approximately what I'm going to do. I'm going to change a few more things and I will put it in the front. The final step, right? But just to give you an idea, the dancer. And this half goat, half man energy, which is called the devil, right, is connected to the wild as a god. He dances, he plays the flute, he has a very sexual energy, and it's right in the time when we actually, again, all the animals naturally now recreating, right, or like making actually their offspring, right? So there's this sexual energy that is attached to the devil, and of course we have created a taboo out of it, and the devil is the keeper of taboos. That's all, right? So we have to bring that into balance. We have to find a new leadership. We have to find new ideas that bring us to a place of healing within the structure of Capricorn, right? And you, Aquarius, you are going to be able to do just that. Because you have this in your, this kind of energy that's, it's gonna touch a lot of your fun, your meeting people, romance, anything in the evolutionary steps that are happening for you in your work, right? The next step. And it's on the bottom of the deck, shows me that you have overcome quite this intense thinking, right? So with 10 of thoughts, 10 of swords, 10 of air means that you have too many thoughts in your head, right? Now the 10 of Pentacles, it's like, wow, everybody loves 10 coins, right? That means I have money, I'm rich, so that's a very positive 10, but the 10 thoughts in your head isn't so positive, right? So feel how that is feeling, that you're walking away, that you're moving on, right? This is this overall energy for this reading for you. And you have the King of Cups in the center of your deck. And that's Scorpio. So maybe a Scorpio is in your life, right? Some very loving energy, a male or female, doesn't matter, right? The King is just, we have male and female characters in these decks, so we can identify, but they're exchangeable, right? Because in their personification of these characters helps us to relate to them a little bit more easier, right? And a King of Water is a very loving, kind energy, right? And it's a very kind of loving leadership. And that's where we're heading, right? We need a loving, kind leadership. A male energy or female energy that is connected to their emotions and is not scared by this big ocean. He opens the heart, right? Because he knows that he's one. A huge ocean made of many drops. What's crossing him? Many drops create an ocean. An ocean is made of many drops, and many drops create an ocean. Is the Two of Pentacles. Now the Two of Pentacles, it's like, you know, again, with two, I have the opportunity to bring into balance these energies that here are shown by the dark and by the light. It's a constant game or play or dance of right foot, left foot, right foot, left foot, inhale, exhale, male, female. Right? So change is happening in the financial energies, in these structures, in these companies. A leadership will come and step in and bring this change. And you are part of that. Because in your near past, you have the Six of Pentacles. Giving and taking, giving and taking, inhale and exhale, this infinite loop, you see the 8 behind? This infinite loop of if I give, I will have. If I don't give, if I stop it, if I just inhale, where am I going with that? There's no growth, there's no exchange, there's just me inhaling, 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 and then what? I die. So understanding this, and I think you do understand that because it's in your reading. At the bottom of your deck, you have the Page of Swords. That's something you love. You love to read. You love to have the knowledge. You love to have the idea. Now the young generation is inspiring you to, even though you're walking over and you're not really paying attention because you're so in it, but you're focused, and you can actually tiptoe over this rod or over this sword. Wow, it's actually a sword, right? This one thought, and you have new thoughts appearing. That's at the bottom. And now, of course, above you, the Lovers. This is Gemini. And again, Aquarius, you might actually have the opportunity to find your soulmate, to find Venus romance, kind of, right? Venus now is not in retrograde anymore. She's like forward, and there is romance actually knocking on your door. Maybe you are finally finding, first of all, yourself, right? That's what the deeper meaning is of this card. Gemini, finding yourself, loving yourself so much, then the partner appears, right? Then this arrow on her shoulders like can get shoot out, and in the future you have the Sun, right? So the Sun, which is in Cancer, is moving in front of the Capricorn. This is highlighting this dance of dark and light, dark and light, dark and light. So this moment where the Sun moves in front of the Moon, where the Moon is in Capricorn and the Sun is in Cancer, and the Cancer card is this loving male energy, this success coming in, right? And saying, oh, we need new leadership, we need to be more loving, we need to be more kind, we need to be more understanding, and understanding the differences between dark and light, which is just like a skin tone, which is just a protection of the Sun. And we have to find this balance now. This is the new leadership, by becoming aware. Beautiful. So let me clarify. Page of Swords. I want to know, what is your idea? What is the idea that wants to come to you? That is supporting you? What is this new thing? This new, yeah, what is this? What is she, what is higher consciousness wants to bring to you that you can become part? And of course the Ten of Swords, but it's in the past. So let's get 2. There we go. Exactly 2. Wow. So between the swords and between the page is water. The messenger of water, which is Pisces, and the queen of water, which is Cancer. So this full moon, this Sun, right, Cancer, the Sun in Cancer is going to bring you the love, bring you this new romance, this new awareness about finances and romance and thoughts. You are gonna have really an amazing awareness coming right to you. This is what's happening, right? This new thought is highlighted by these two water signs, right? So the water element, the emotion, the love, right? And this is shown with the Lover's card. Amazing. Beautiful. All right, your oracle. Let's see, for your meditation. This. The Rainmaker. 42, the number 6, and the number 6. 2 times the 6. So this shows me that you have the awareness, that you have the consciousness to actually make the emotions cool, make the loving energy come to the people and create a new awareness. Because the Rainmaker is the one that brings from the sky the water, lets it drop down, lets it divide to all equal, right? The rain is not gonna say, I'm just gonna rain for these kind of people, and for those I'm not gonna rain. So the Rainmaker is the one that is creating a new consciousness, a new awareness. Drop by drop brings in this new love to the people. Beautiful, Aquarius. I wish you a beautiful meditation for this lunar eclipse, and thank you for watching. Namaste.